So this is the first story, right? A person walks in a dark. Uh, person walks in a sunny day. The light is shining and the environment is quite great. It is just like out of or it is just like out of those brilliant paintings, the bright ones, the ones made by kids. Person one, sir, what happened? Your back is. So tell me what happened, man. Two. Sir, I'm a poor man. For my punishment, my master pierced my back with needles as big as hooks, but not big enough to call hooks. As I'm a. No, 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 no. This scene is viewed. Person one walks by the. No, then the poor person says, sir, I'm a starving man. I'm a thin man. I only eat what is needed, what needs me to get on that field and work. I'm not a big man, as you can see. I did some mistake and I was punished as I should, he said proudly, as I should. The other people at this farm should be punished as well if they made a mistake as big as mine. They should be punished, and they should be punished severely. The man said proudly with his chest pumped. Man 1. So, continue. Man 2. I did some mistake and I was hanged by the tree. And the hanging was quite amazing because they pierced my back with needles. And as I'm a starving man, there was not much fat in my back, so they need multiple spots to get the piercing on. And I was hanged by the tree. Sir, the hurting part only started to hurt for like 2-3 minutes. After that, it was manageable for me. But the part it hurts the most when I was swinging by my own weight, and the piercing would go in and out again and again because my leg was too heavy and they were dangling in the sky. After 20 minutes I fell down under my own weight. There was multiple spots where the skin was punctured and ripped apart. You can see my muscles. I have none, but those red flesh under the skin. It was visible at multiple spots. Man 1. So, is there something wrong with you right now? No, sir. Man 2 replied, no, sir. The young lad, the young master, the son of my master. I called him young master, but he is going to be master. He hesitated and he said young master. Anyway, he is a young soul. He is a good soul. He sawed my back in such miserable condition. He shouted, no, father, no. He is hurting, stop. His father's eyes were glittering or something. There was something in his eye. It was like his son knows the value of punishment. That doesn't matter. The son got up from his horse carriage. he took out his uh, peanut butter. It is the animal fat the people used to muscle. It is a kind of fat, animal fat. Person one asked person two. Animal fats they use on to moisturize the skin. The rich ladies. The young lad took a hefty of those moisturizers cost that cost him heavily. Must the price of that much the moisturizer he applied on me must be quite expensive, I must say. He took out the butter, cocoa butter, took a hefty amount in his hand like he was taking out, mud. He is a good soul. And he applied it on my back, rubbing it against my red tissue. The young lad doesn't know. He smiled and said, "The young lad doesn't know that the animal fat is salty in nature or mixed with salt to preserve it." And I was burning, heavily. But it was not the mistake of the young lad, person one. So that's why you murder him, because he, person one. No, no, sir. No, 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 no. He's a young soul, good soul. Why would I murder him for such reason? I murdered him because I didn't like the smell of the animal fat he used. At night I couldn't sleep, so I just murdered. So the part where I hesitated, and sir, those animal fat you women, rich ladies use on their skin and face to moisturize, to keep them to look young, to keep them looking young. Those same kind of moisturizer the young lad poured out from his bag. It took out like he was taking out sand from the beach, and the amount he took out in one go must be more than my entire year wages. But he still is a young, good soul. Story number 2. Person 1. You know what happened in British in the Bengal? People are dying. Big, starving man. Person 2. Yeah, I heard about it in the news, but are you really positive that is true? Because the situation cannot be that miserable that they are dying in millions. Person 1. No, he shouted. The British government should apologize for what it is doing to the people of Bengal. That it's killing them. Yeah, I think so. Person 2 replied, they could get some food. They could use some food. Person 1. They could. They are dying. They could not. They are. But again, person 1. Why should we give our own greens to those people? Means our country needs to be fed as well. And we are in the war situation with Germany, as we know. Yeah, I know, person 1. The people of our country matters more than the people of the Bengals. But at the end of the day, it's humanity, he argued. Person 2. Yeah, the Bengal people could use some greens, could use some food. Person 1. The British government is the worst government there is, and they are doing very wrong. They are immaculate, they are incapable, they are inconsiderate. Person 1, yeah, you're right. Person 2, person 2, angrily. All the statements were made angrily and in a frustrated tone. The British government has no spine. Person 1. I think it's time for dinner. What would you like to have? Person 2. I would have apple pie, but not too much. Not too much. Not too much. Words, sorry, number 3. Words don't matter.